Hi, I'm Samantha. I teach yoga at 6:30s on Wednesdays at Navarro Fitness and Training, and I'm going to be going over the poses that we did last night for anyone who wasn't able to make it or anyone who was there and wants to practice these throughout the week. Last night we started on corpse pose, so that's the on our back pose. Traditionally it's legs straight out, hands, palms up, and we actually bent our knees to alleviate a little pressure from our low back. You can also have your feet hip width apart and collapse your knees together. This is more of a restorative resting posture if you want to take this instead of full Shavasana. We started laying down last night, knees bent, focused on our breathing, brought some breaths into the stomach, and then into the chest, expanding our ribs with each breath. Pulled our knees to our chest. You can wrap your arms all the way around, grabbing your elbows, maybe your forearms or wrists. Maybe you have one hand on each shin. But this knees to chest pose, you can take any movement here you like, going side to side, maybe drawing circles with your knees, or a little forward back rocking motion to massage out your spine lengthwise. But we want to hold here for a few breaths, work out any kinks in our low back. And from here, we take our shins parallel to our mat. We can hold our thighs for stability if we need, or have our hands on the ground. And on an exhale, drop our knees over to the right, tee out our arms, gazes to the left. Left shoulder should be on the ground. If it's not, if it starts to raise, play around with the position of your legs here. Maybe bringing your knees closer to your chest, maybe straightening your legs a little bit, maybe straighten your top leg, but play around here. Find a little bit of comfort in this pose, any movement or stillness. Full deep breaths. With each exhale, really sink into this twist. And when you're ready, return to center. And drop your knees over to the left, gaze goes to the right, and same, hold here for as many breaths as you'd like to start to work out those kinks in your back. Return to center again when you're ready. Plant your feet on the floor, about hip width apart. Then we're gonna lift up our left leg, cross it over our right, and drop our hips over to the right. Again, tee out your arms, gaze over your left hand. This should be more of an outside of the left leg stretch than that low back of the traditional twist that we started with. Full deep breaths, releasing any tension on the exhales. Spend more time here than I'm doing in the video. This is kind of just to show you the poses so you can practice them on your own. But switch sides when you're ready. Drop your knees to the left, gazes to the right. And this is reclined eagle. And again, spend some time in each of these poses. I'm just going through to make sure the video is not too long for everyone, but you really want to spend your time here. This is plow pose. It's legs up the wall, but without the wall. And this can be either just kind of a relaxing restorative pose if you've had a long day on your feet, maybe just move your ankles around. If you kind of want to fire up your thighs a little bit, you can draw your toes down towards your face like this, really flexing them, really pushing those heels up, and you'll start to feel some engagement in your thighs. You can hold this for as long as you like. Take quite a few deep breaths here. Remember trying to breathe through your diaphragm. It should be this part of our ribs that's expanding and collapsing with each breath, not so much the belly rising and falling. But stay here for as many breaths as you'd like. Then return back to center, knees bent. Feet together this time. Drop our knees for reclined bound angle. And from here, if you'd like, you can put pillows or if you have yoga blocks under your knees just to support them a little bit. This can be kind of an intense stretch for your hips. So take those modifications to relieve any pressure or tension if you have any. And take as many deep breaths here as you'd like. Again, maybe think about expanding and then contracting your belly. That belly breath is fine. That's a good like stage 1 deep breathing. But ideally what you really want to do is be breathing from your diaphragm. So we're really expanding our chest cavity, not just our stomach. That's going to give you the full deep breath that you're really going to need for that pranayama breathing. That's going to help you through some of these more intense poses in yoga. That pretty much brought us to the conclusion of the warm-up. From here, we found our way to a tabletop position. So I'm going to stop this video here and post another one that's going to have the flow. So we had our warm-up, our flow, and then our cool down. It's going to be a 3-part. This was part 1, and part 2 is going to have the flow with those postures that we went through yesterday. All right, thanks so much.